Oh my god, that is so good, you guys. So tender. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I am going to show you how I make my version of baby back ribs at home. As you can see, I am patting it dry on both sides. Very important for later on when I put the dry rub all over the ribs. I will use the sharp paring knife to remove this membrane because it's very chewy, and also to trim this fat here on the end. The membrane is very slippery and I need a paper towel to remove it, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is how you remove this chewy membrane. You wiggle your paring knife and you need to use your paper towel because it's very slippery. Pull the membrane. Sometimes it would come out in one piece, like what you were seeing here, what I'm doing, and pull it all the way to the end, like such. So work your way through the end and pull it all the way. And like I said earlier, I want to get rid also of this excess fat at the end because we don't want that in our baby back ribs. So using your paring knife, remove all of it and trim all the excess fat that you don't want on your ribs. All the membrane has been removed. I will kind of trim this fat here a little bit, and my ribs is ready for the next stage, which is the dry rub. Let me just wash my hands and then I'll get back with you guys. Now that my baby back ribs is patted dry and trim, it's time for its dry rub. I made this dry rub earlier. If you want the ingredients, I will link it in the comments down below. I only suggest is for you to be very generous with it because this is the only time that you get to season this meat. I'm adding a more freshly ground pepper because I did not add a whole lot earlier, but I promise you this is not gonna be spicy because my husband cannot stand spicy food. It's just a little kick. Um, like I said, very generous. I'm cutting this rub into half because I will use it on the other side of the ribs. Now I am ready for the other side. Just flipped it like so and use the other half of the dry rub once again, and I'm also putting it on top of the aluminum foil to prevent the mess in my kitchen. And also um, this is the foil that I will wrap the baby back ribs before I even cook it in my oven. As you can see, I'm also putting it on the sides because I want this to be well seasoned, full of the bone, slow cooked goodness. I am not cooking it outside because it's winter here, it's cold. I'll cook it in my oven at 300 degrees, very slow, between 2 to 2.5 hours, and I will check back with you guys and show you what it looks like. Now the next step for this baby back ribs is to wrap this with a aluminum foil. If you have the thick kind or the heavy duty one, that is perfect. I don't have that on hand right now, so I'm just using a 2 aluminum foil, and since it's not wide enough, I'm adding additional aluminum foil so that no steam will come out when I am going to cook this baby back ribs low and slow. Wrap it tightly, and now it's ready for the oven. I have a sheet pan lined with also an aluminum foil for easy cleanup later. So here's the ribs after 2.5 hours of cooking on slow heat of 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I took them out, and now see all these juices. I need to get rid of them, but I don't want to throw them away because my husband and my son usually put them in the rice. These are all the juices from the meat itself. I'm going to baste it with some of this barbecue sauce that we have. So you can use any kind of barbecue sauce that you like. You can even make your own barbecue sauce. See, back in the oven on broil, just to brown and not burn. Oh, it's so shiny. It's like glazing it. That's what it looks like, guys. See how tender it is because the bone is already popping out from the meat. So I'm going to put it back in my oven. It's at broiling at 400 degrees. And then for 4 to 5 minutes, I'll keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn. Can you see? There's a reflection. I have a helper right there. You're brushing the other side of the meat. Put it back again in the oven for 4 minutes. After letting it rest for 5 minutes, I am now ready to plate this barbecue, fall off the bone, oven bake, my version of baby back ribs. It is so tender and yummy, and I know that my son and my husband would like a side of the barbecue sauce that I use, so I will be putting it also on the table next to this very yummy baby back ribs. Oh my god, that is so good, you guys. So tender. So I've got 10 more minutes on my broccoli. My yellow rice is cooked, and the star of the show, which is the baby back ribs, barbecue baby back ribs, he's been lingering in the kitchen. I think he can smell it. He's hungry already. He'll get the bone later. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.